Not on my watch. The Home Secretary Theresa May says she does not want to see water cannon used at student protests after last week's demonstrations on tuition fees descended into violent scenes across London. Yet the Metropolitan Police are talking to their colleagues in Northern Ireland for advice on how to deploy them. Mrs May told MPs that an organised group of activists and street gangs had infiltrated the protests, determined to cause trouble. So far there have been 39 arrests. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Simon Israel.
These are the latest protest images to be released by police. They show a green helmeted brigade charging police lines using their own form of shields. Other footage shows a demonstrator wielding a long iron bar. The Home Secretary today told the Commons other weapons included golf balls and snooker balls. She described as ridiculous the idea that police tactics were to blame. But it's scenes like this that have prompted speculation water cannons may be used on the streets of London. The Met said tonight it was looking at deploying such tactics, but there were no current plans.
I would be foolish not to look at the potential, maybe in the months to come, maybe in the years to come. So yes, we'll be looking with our colleagues in Northern Ireland who have experience, but certainly we are nowhere near a situation in London where I need water cannon.
Deployment would have to have Home Office approval, but the Home Secretary said she did not favour such a move.
I don't think anybody wants to see water cannon used on the streets of Britain, because we have, as I said in my statement if he had heard, a different attitude to the culture of policing here in the UK. We police by consent, and it depends on that trust between the police and the public. There's a range of measures available to the police, and in relation to water cannon, I don't think it's needed.
Labour voiced concerns about resources and rising costs in the wake of today's cuts in police budgets.
On the day that the Home Secretary is announcing the biggest peacetime cut to police funding in more than a century, can she confirm that our police next year and the year after will still have the resources to police major events?
The government said there was ring-fenced money, but the costs of policing the student demos are soaring. On the back of a placard, Channel 4 News has drawn up some estimates. The first demonstration, where the windows were smashed at Conservative Party headquarters, around 460 officers were deployed at a cost of around £250,000. The second, policed by 1,000 officers, cost £500,000. The third had around double that number, costing £1 million. And last Thursday, with 2,800 officers on the streets, the bill will be around £1.5 million. And so the total cost for policing a month of demonstrations so far is around £3.25 million. Channel 4 News has learnt that a report out next week will warn of the escalating price of policing demonstrations using current tactics, just as police are preparing for another week of protests.
Simon Israel.